How's it going, Song of Ice and Fire fans? Grant from Yecats Miniatures here, bringing you another unboxing and analysis for a Song of Ice and Fire the miniatures game. And today we're looking at House Martell's Starfall Outriders. So let's get stuck into it. So here we have the artwork, and they've knocked it out of the park again. All these reds and purples, really nice hues of colour, really complementing the unit. Here we have the 4 separate sculpts. Again, 4 separate sculpts, really nice, including the standard bearer. So let's get this plastic off of them for you. Yeah, again, the artwork a lot more chilled out than the Starfall Knights, a lot less killing, obviously. Here we have the 4-man cavalry tray and the artwork on the card. So let me just grab these cards for you, take out the plastic wrap for you, get the English version, and we should have it here now. So myself and Brett will be going over this card in more detail after the unboxing, so make sure you stick around for that. So we're going to start off with the standard bearer, and again, these standard bearers are really nice miniatures, and there's a lot less movement going on than the Starfall Knights, but I really like it. We obviously have the embossed sigil on the banner, which is always welcome. Always really I always enjoy painting them on the miniatures. And again, lots of headscarf stuff going on, and they seem to have focused in on the fact that this unit is female rather than male. The Starfall Knights look like they're the males, and these are the females. Look at this pose. That is absolutely incredible. I love the headscarf. I love the way she's pointing the scimitar. Just really good, really nice. There's not too much movement going on. And here we have obviously a mid-slash, bringing it down to open up some dirty Lannisters. Greyjoys. Starks. Yeah, this one's got a bit more movement in it, but it hasn't been overdone. It doesn't look out of place in the unit, which is nice. So look at our final sculpt. This one, yeah, I really like this one. This one's really cool. Obviously, with the sword's bent a bit there, I have to heat that up and pull it back. But yeah, again, there's much less movement in this unit. But you know, the Starfall Knights really got the pace. These guys look like they're sort of stalking the battlefield. So yeah, I can take that. I can't wait to paint these. And if you started painting these, make sure you tag us on Instagram. So I'm going to leave you with a spinning shot here and go and jump on a call with Brett, and we're going to discuss these guys in the army and what they add to the Martell roster. How's it going, Brett? How are you?
Hey, Grant. How are you doing today?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Not too bad. It's what are we on now? Tuesday. These bank holidays are throwing me right out at the minute. But I think, yeah, Tuesday. So, one day close to the weekend. One day further away from the last weekend. So, yeah. Not bad, mate. Not bad. Not bad. And, you know, I'm sitting here talking to you about House Martell. So, you know, just every cloud.
We're on House Martell again. So much to talk about with them, I guess. And a looming Heroes box on the way, if I'm to understand right. That was spoiled, wasn't it? They didn't give us any of the content, but we've seen the box art.
We've seen the box art. We've spoken about the box art.
I know we have.
That was the joke, yeah?
That was the joke. That was the joke, because we already talked about it.
You know, you've done me this time.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. The Heroes boxes always tend to shake things up a little bit more than just a unit box.
Yeah.
But onto the unit boxes, we can talk about a really cool unit, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I really like the hero box because again, I'm just looking forward to a version of Eris Oakheart that's not dog. So that's really good.
You know, I resent you saying that. I think Eris is good. I think he should see play, and he re-rolls defense dice.
It was more just a joke, really. It was not. It's not a serious thing. I just thought people would laugh. But yeah, you got to bring coming here with your negative feelings. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right, let's bring the mood back up. Let's talk about House Martell.
Okay, let's do it.
So, Starfall Outriders. So these look to be the the female cavalry of House Martell. Now, I've just done an unboxing of these, and the sculpts are incredible. So good. Probably my favourite cavalry sculpts in the game. And as a primary Targaryen player, feel free to swear at me in Dothraki. So we're looking at a 6-point unit. So it's more of a fast cavalry with a light cavalry unit. Sorry. We've got the scimitar. So it's got a 7-4 attack profile, hit on a 4+. You have a 5+ armor save and a 6+ morale. Now it's got the standard cavalry rule with a standard 3 wounds rather than the 4 we see with the bears. We get the scimitar attack ability, which comes with critical blow all the time. So regardless of charging or not, you're getting critical blow. And also a built-in rally cry. So this reads, each time this unit is performing a melee attack, before rolling attack dice, target one other friendly unit in long range. It restores 2 wounds. Now, we saw rally cry on the Glory Seeker before the revamp in the last season update. And it was great, and it was used quite a lot. And I still think this remains one of my favourite abilities in the game. Obviously, they're using it a lot less now because I think it was proven to be so powerful. And this unit comes a critical blow. It's a fast unit, so getting a critical blow in the flanks, so you're getting a -1 to your armour. I really like this unit. What do you think, Brett, on the Starfall Outriders, the female horsewomen of Dawn?
Well, I think it's really funny that they have rally cry. Because they're female sculpts. They're presumably attractive, as all of the Martell women are. And they have rally cry. It's just they're rallying everybody to their cause, right? They're bringing more people onto the battlefield each time they do stuff. It's just funny to me. But
well, I think that rally cry is a Xena warrior princess scream as they go in.
I think you're probably right. I think you need to do some kind of work to convert one of these ladies into Xena. And I believe that you can do it.
I might have to, mate. I do love Xena warrior princess. It's one of my teenage crushes, that was.
Yeah, do her battle cry for me once, just for nostalgia. I've put you on the spot. Your voice is going to crack at everything when you do it. I think these ladies are incredibly good, actually. They're incredibly good in a roster of incredibly good units. The Martells, I think, as we've discussed, don't have anything bad. So far, they haven't had anything released that isn't just good, and that it just works. Everything in the Martell faction works as it's supposed to work within that faction. These ladies are adding something that the Martells don't necessarily have a lot of, which is healing. But, I mean, outside of Rally Cry being just a phenomenal ability anyway, their profile's just good. 7-4 on a 4+ with critical blow on a fast cav unit is really nice. They're misleadingly tanky. They're a 5+, 6+, which is, I mean, it's technically less than average, but it's gonna be a little bit better than what you think. You're gonna have trouble cutting through them. And then they've got the potential for spike damage, as you mentioned, because critical blow exists whether they're charging or not. So if they pop a couple 2 or 3 6s on you with a static fight, and you're swinging back and forth light cav versus light cav, that might be enough to pull the battle in their favor. If you're running them in pairs, you're gonna have to send a heavy hitter in to deal with them. If you're running them in a pair and they're healing each other, you're not gonna cut through them with just one unit. And I think they're cool. I think there's space for one in most lists. I think there's space for 2 if you wanted to go that route. You could do like a Cutthroat Spearman 3 Outrider if you wanted to go super crazy. Cutthroat Spearman 2 Outriders and a Dervish. Dune Viper, something like that. The combinations are there because the Martells are just really well designed and all of these things work. I think the only problem with the Outriders is, as I just mentioned, they're competing with Dervishes, who are just a phenomenal unit. And they're also competing with Sand Vipers, who are a premier support unit. So
yeah, but I think they'll work quite well with the Sand Skirmishers. I think because they'll have the skill opening order. I think would work really well with these guys, because obviously the 4+ the hit isn't brilliant. and having the re-rolls to fish for the critical blows could be quite cool. Yeah, so I think I quite like them as a 6-point unit. They're good. I mean, they're just about on the cusp of competing with Hedge Knights. And again, as a faction purist, well, as much as I can be, I still think I prefer these guys to the Hedge Knights.
Yeah, I prefer them over Hedge Knights, actually. Again, they're plugging a gap. Martells don't necessarily have a ton of healing available to them. They've got Uller, who has supply aid, but that's more or less moving wounds around as opposed to just healing. He does have Spiteful Truce, which is a nice healing card, but just being able to heal when you attack. Rally Cry has become a fairly rare ability. You've got it on these ladies, you've got it on one Baratheon attachment, and you have it on Eddard Stark, and that's the only instances of it in the game, correct?
Yes, man, yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a pretty rare ability. Generally, abilities that are rare like that are rare for a reason. It used to be relatively common. Jon Snow had it, and then the generic Glory Seeker had it. They chose to do away with it in both of those instances because it was providing that support to too many areas, you know? And so we know how good healing is in this game. So being able to heal off of every attack is really, really powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do think I'm going to try some lists with 2 units of Outriders in there, because I think, 1, the models are really nice, and 2, I think there's a definite merit to having 2 lots of Rally Cry in the army, because we did see it with the Baratheons and the Champs of the Stag, where with the Glory Seeker in the last season, and that was just obviously these guys are a lot easier to get wounds from than the Champs, which was the problem with them. But it gives you, I think that 2 lots of Rally Cry is just so good, especially when it's each time you're attacking. So you attack on the swords, you get the heal. You attack with activation, you get the heal. You're doing Harm and Ulla, you do set for charge, play the set for charge card, you're getting the heal again. So potential, to get 6 wounds back just by hitting people.
Yeah, I think it's really, really good.
So on the subject of the Hedge Knight stuff, are you running attachments in these guys? Are you running the Glory Seeker? Are you running the Fortune Seeker? Is any cool combos you can see with them?
I think this is actually the rare instance where the Fortune Seeker might be better. Normally, I'm very much pro Glory Seeker, and he certainly still fits in this unit. But when you have a unit that heals off of an attack, you can make a case for anything that gives you extra attacks, and that's exactly what the Glory Seeker does, or the Fortune Seeker does, sorry. And then you've got Dauntless being able to heal for passing the morale test. They're on a 6, so it's not necessarily super guaranteed, but you do have Unbowed, Unbent, Unbroken, which can either be an auto pass or can allow you to re-roll depending on whether you control the swords or not. That could pop off the Dauntless ability. I quite like the idea of the Fortune Seeker in them. Is it worth turning them into a 7-point unit? Not really sure. Maybe. If you play something, as I mentioned in the previous podcast when we were talking about Starfall Knights, I could see a case where you're running 2 Royal Guard, these ladies in support, and then, on whatever 8 points you want to run, it would definitely be nice to have that Glory Seeker's ability, or the Fortune Seeker, darn it, to give those free attacks to just keep healing those Royal Guard. If you've played against Martells, I'm sure that you know just how hard it is to shift Royal Guard. So if you've got double Royal Guard, because the Royal Guard will do some damage as well, particularly in an Uller list, I like the idea of 2 Royal Guard and then a unit of the Outriders with a Fortune Seeker. So that would be 21 points, and then you can put Uller in whatever unit you like. I liked Uller and Blackguard anyway, so that's a nice little combination you can go with there. That's going to be really tough to shift. So you've got the healing coming in, 3 really tanky units, and then a fast support unit. I might have to give that a try, actually.
Oh, see, going off on the old power gaming train again, are
you? The only thing it's missing is the spears, but if you really, really, really wanted to bolster your Royal Guard, you could go ahead and bring a unit of the spears for Uller like normal, and then you could put some real nasty attachments like my boy Ramsay. Throw my boy Ramsay in some Royal Guard, get the Fueled by Slaughter going, get some panic tokens, some intimidating presence. I like it. I might have to try it. Let's math it out real quick. It works. 9 for the Ramsay unit, 7 for the Naked Royal Guard, 5 for the spears, Outriders with a Fortune Seeker. That's exactly 28. That gives you your 3 points for You know, Oberyn, NCU, Peter Baelish, and Ilaria. Boom, done. If you're going full offense, you just go Nymeria instead of Peter Baelish, and then you've got Nasty's Royal Guard doing lots of damage. Outriders in with the support. Oof. I might have to try that. We'll give it a try.
Fair play. Ramsay again, man. You're obsessed with Ramsay. Ramsay's not welcoming, Dawn. He's way too fat to be walking around in the desert.
Hey, you just wait until I get my hands on bodybuilder Ramsay.
Bench pressing camels.
Ramsay literally holding my army up with his massive, beefy, buff sculpt and his amazing abilities. I love Ramsay. I don't care. I think he's phenomenal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we do like Ramsay. Well, House Bolton are really cool now, but this is a House Martell thing, so shush. Yeah, well, so yeah, in summary, man, I think, I like them as a unit, as a 6-point unit. I think they're really cool. As you say, there are a lot of 6-point units in the Martell roster. They're competing in a space with a lot of other really cool units. But I like them. I would definitely recommend getting them. If you're a painter, I'd definitely recommend getting them to paint. And I would definitely recommend chucking them on the table and see what sort of mileage you can get out of them, because I think they've got a place in the Martell army.
Yep. I think Martells are a little bit spoiled for choices. Everything is good. I said I was going all into Martell. I meant it. I've bought every box that's come out for them because everything has a place. So it's really nice. It's a really nice breath of fresh air to see. And I'm not saying that the designers miss marks. I'm just saying when you design a lot of units, there's going to be some that you struggle to find that role for. But man, they have... Someone loves the Martells on the design side. Someone is really meticulously planning all of this stuff out. And I love it. Martells came out of the box swinging. They continue to swing and be competitive. They're strong and competitive, but they're also very fair. I could just gush on and on and on about the phenomenal job that they've done with the Martell faction.
Yeah, long may it continue. I can't wait to see what they do with the Boltons. So that's the end of this podcast, Brett. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for talking through House Martell with us again. We appreciate all the listeners' time they give to us to come and check out our content. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, just so that it'll help with our YouTube analytics and it helps others to see the video. I'm cool, man. Have you got anything you want to add to it, Brett?
No, I think we've nailed it. I think we've said what we're going to say.
Sweet. Well, you have a cracking day, mate, and I'll speak to you soon.
See you, Grant.